Disney princesses are some of the most recognizable characters in the world, so it's really interesting to see new versions of Belle, Ariel, Merida, and the rest. Plenty of seriously talented artists have obliged. Just wait until you see which actress Rapunzel looks like. If this is your first time visiting our channel, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we're sharing 15 Disney princesses reimagined by amazing artists. Snow White. Snow White was Walt Disney's first ever princess. She's also the youngest. Believe it or not, Snow White is only 14 years old in the movie. So how about seeing what she'd look like even younger than that? That's what DeviantArt illustrator Moonchild in the Sky did. The artist created a couple of fun series of Disney princesses as little kids. What makes them even sweeter is that they each hold a toy related to their story. Snow White has a white dove plushie because she sings with doves at the beginning of the movie. Moonchild in the Sky also dressed Snow White in a less well-known outfit from the movie. The artist explained she'd gotten kind of tired of the iconic yellow and blue dress, so she switched it up. The princess still has her trademark hair bow, only in blue, not red. Aren't her little clogs so sweet? Cinderella. We've seen Disney princesses as babies, so now let's take a look at them with babies. That's right, all those princesses kept on living their lives after the credits stopped rolling and became mothers. Or that's what various artists have imagined. In celebration of Mother's Day, Cosmopolitan commissioned artist Isaiah Stevens to depict all of our favorite princesses as moms and moms-to-be. His version of Cinderella is just too adorable. Mom Cinderella has replaced her princess gown with a more sensible top and pants set. She also switched her bun for plaited pigtails, and rather than wearing the glass slippers herself, her toddler daughter is now trying them on for size. That's pretty accurate too. After all, not many new moms have time to go to balls. They're more likely to be at home playing dress-up with their kids. As Stevens captioned the image, if the shoe fits, right? Totally. Tiana. One common criticism leveled at Disney princesses is their lack of diversity. Tiana helped to remedy that by being the first African-American princess. But one aspect that has remained the same throughout is the body shape of a Disney princess. Some artists have responded to this by creating their own plus-size versions of the princesses. John Cale Norwood did this with her Magic at Any Size series of drawings. She was inspired by her past experiences, which included being body-shamed for most of her life. Norwood felt like fashion didn't belong to her and wanted to do her part to make sure no other little girl felt that way again. She dressed the princesses in glam clothing inspired by brands that cater to the plus-size community. For Tiana's outfit, Norwood created her own African wax print pattern. This princess was particularly fun because both the artist and the character come from New Orleans. Norwood's planning a villain set too. Pocahontas. Pocahontas is 18 in the Disney film, so wouldn't it be fun to imagine what she would look like if she were a college student? DeviantArt illustrator Hyung86 did just that, and not just for Pocahontas, but for a whole load of Disney and Pixar characters. The series was inspired by the movie Monsters University. Each student has a story as well as a cool new look. Pocahontas is described as an environmentalist who cares for all the animals in the shelter near the university. Princess Aurora, who became a design student, made a keychain for Pocahontas in the shape of a raccoon tail to hang on her bag. Too cute. Did you know Pocahontas is one of only 2 Disney princesses to have 2 love interests? Anna from Frozen is the other one. And both of Pocahontas' love interests have been reimagined as college students too. Kakum studies physical education and sports pedagogy while John Smith studies naval architecture. Moana. All Disney princesses have certain features they're known for, like their hairstyles. Moana's free, wild hair represents her personality so well. We're used to seeing her dark locks long and wavy, so it was quite a surprise to see Disney's latest big-screen princess with not 1 but 6 new do's. Artist Linnea decided to create a hairstyle series featuring the Disney princesses, and Moana was part 2. Check out her hair pulled up into 2 buns, decorated with flowers and in a bob cut. She also had a side part with loose waves, an elegant updo, and a pair of plaited pigtails. Not only did Linnea think up these new hairstyles, she also drew some of Moana's concept art outfits too. She used a Wacom bamboo tablet, a computer, and paint tool SAI to achieve these amazing results. Which hairstyle is your favorite? Be sure to leave a comment to let us know. Mulan. DeviantArt illustrator Mechanic Fairy from Quebec created an amazing Disney steampunk series. If you're not familiar with the steampunk movement, let us explain. It's a subgenre of science fiction and is basically like a Victorian vision of the future. But it has moved beyond just literature to encompass fashion, gaming, and model making too. Costuming is an integral part and is inspired by Victoriana, but with a twist. Think clockwork mechanisms, top hats, goggles, lace, and modified armor. And Mechanic Fairy's version of Mulan incorporates quite a few of those. We all know Mulan is a great warrior, so she fits right into the modified armor aspect. Mechanic Fairy revealed that she loved the character and outfit she created so much that Mulan became her favorite Disney steampunk reimagining. Did you know Mulan is only one of the 2 Disney princesses to wear pants? The other is Jasmine from Aladdin. Elsa. We all know that Disney princesses aren't entirely historically accurate in various ways, and artist Claire Hummel, who goes by the name Shumla on DeviantArt, explored this further through her work. The artist based in America created a series of Disney princess portraits showing the ladies in historically correct costumes. For Elsa, she did not 1 but 2 versions, one in her coronation gown and one in her ice gown. Frozen was purportedly set in the 1830s to 1840s, but the artist needed to find a style that could marry Elsa's coronation gown with her ice gown more seamlessly. She went with the open robes typical of the Regency era, which was slightly earlier, but Scandinavian royalty was still wearing this style during the time the movie was set. The typical underarm cape of this period was particularly apt for cape-wearing Elsa. Which of her 2 new gowns do you prefer? Esmeralda. Although not strictly speaking a Disney princess, Esmeralda is a fan favorite, and she regularly appears in artist series when they reimagine the princesses. Illustrator Anusha Syed revealed that this character from The Hunchback of Notre Dame was her Instagram followers' most requested modern Disney drawing. The Toronto-based character designer created modern versions of various Disney heroines and even made up new stories for them. In Syed's reimagining, Esmeralda is a leading dancer at a prestigious ballet company in Paris. Often barefoot in the Disney movie, Esmeralda has been given a pair of ballet shoes by Syed. In the artist's reimagining, Esmeralda attends pro-migrant protests and rallies and volunteers at refugee camps. Her involvement with the social justice community is reflected in her outfit too. Her t-shirt has the word liberté and égalité written on it. We can't see the third word, but France's national motto is liberté, égalité, fraternité, which means freedom, equality, and fraternity. Aurora. Isabelle Staub used technology to help her reimagine the Disney princesses in her 2017 series of pictures. The artist and illustrator based in Philadelphia created her digitally painted series using Coral Painter and a Wacom Intuos tablet. She then used Photoshop to make the final adjustments to each image. She even shared an insight into how she did this when she posted a picture on Instagram of Aurora. We got to see Staub's computer screen with a small window open that showed the original Disney version of Sleeping Beauty. This sat on top of the artist interpretation over in the corner above Aurora's hair. And then, over on the right-hand side of the screen, we got a glimpse at the tool Staub used to digitally alter the original. The artist adaptation of Aurora has fuller lips, dewy skin, detailed brows, and glints in her eyes. It's fascinating to be let into the process like this, isn't it? Ariel. Isabelle Staub's Disney Princess series had an interesting beginning. She was inspired to create the digital paintings after suffering from a serious art block. We're more familiar with the phrase writer's block, but artists get these challenging moments too. Staub revealed to Design Taxi that she'd always loved Disney ever since she was a child. She decided to paint the princesses in her own art style just for fun. Staub's reimagining of Ariel is a great example of the kinds of changes she makes to the original cartoon image. The highlighting is one of the most impressive things. We didn't realize the Disney drawings were so flat until we saw them side by side with Staub's work. In the artist's picture, the light catches the Little Mermaid's shoulders, fingers, cheekbones, hair, and the bridge of her nose. And let's zoom in on those collarbones. Amazing! Did you know that Alyssa Milano's face was inspiration for Disney's Ariel? What do you think the actress would make of Staub's version? Belle. We've already seen how Isabelle Staub's reimagining of Disney Princess put them in soft focus. It's a seriously flattering style. They appear pretty similar to the original movie versions, but with more highlighting and more realistic features like Belle here. In Staub's version, her eyebrows have individual hair strokes rather than just one continuous line, and her hair is even messier in this artist's portrait. We're really pleased to see that trademark wisp of her hair is still falling in Belle's face. That was an important character trait that screenplay writer Linda Wolverine sulfur tin included. She added that detail into the script because she didn't want Belle to be perfect. Did you know that the Disney version of Belle was inspired in part by Katharine Hepburn's depiction of Jo in Little Women? Do you think Staub's interpretation of Belle is more similar to Katharine Hepburn than Disney's? Jasmine. It's interesting to notice the subtle differences Isabelle Staub makes to the Disney original. Let's take a look at her version of Jasmine from Aladdin. Jasmine's lips are fuller and her hair is glossier in this artist interpretation. Her chin is rounder too and her eyes aren't quite so wide. She also looks like she's learned how to apply highlighter and is using it to the full effect on her cheekbones. Staub explained why she made these changes when she shared the image on Instagram. The artist told her followers that she was painting this series of princesses in her own art style, so that's why there were some differences in their features. With this level of detail, it's clear to see why each one took the graduate from Moore College of Art and Design between 8 and 12 hours to complete. If you love Staub's work, then you'll be pleased to hear she's writing and illustrating her own children's book. Rapunzel. Jirka Vatanen used digital compositing, photo manipulation, and digital painting to create this series of Disney characters. The Finnish graphic designer and illustrator imagined what the princesses might look like in real life. He also reworked the villains and princes too. His interpretation of Rapunzel looks just like a Hollywood actress. Do you know which one we're thinking of? It's Amanda Seyfried. Do you agree? We'd love to know what she would make of this picture. It would be even funnier if the image looked like Mandy Moore, given that the actress voiced the character in the movie. Vaitanen's style is like hyperrealism, which is an art movement where paintings resemble high-resolution photographs. He also created Flynn Rider plus Mother Gothel from Tangled 2. She was in her younger black-haired state, which was a relief. We would have been terrified to see her in her incredibly old state. Merida. The freckles are one of the most striking things about Jirka Vaitanen's version of Merida. In the Disney film, Merida has a pale complexion with pink cheeks but no freckles. As the character is a natural redhead from Scotland, it makes sense that she would have those cute little marks on her face in real life. This artist interpretation also shows a few lines across the princess's face. She has a furrowed brow, which is totally natural for her expression. This is in contrast to Disney's Merida, who has incredibly smooth skin. It's good to see that Merida's wonderful curls are still present and correct in all their glory. Did you know if her hair was straightened, it would be 4 feet long and reach her calves? Rapunzel, eat your heart out. Do you prefer the Disney original or Vaitanen's reimagining? Anna. Take a look at Jirka Vaitanen's reimagining of Anna. It's so realistic, we actually mistook it for a photo of an actual living person. Don't you think it looks like a party entertainer whose job it is to dress up as Anna for little kids' birthday parties? The artist also created pictures of Elsa, Kristoff, and Prince Hans in the same style. When the two pictures of Anna are placed side by side, it accentuates how cartoony the Disney version is. Of course, we realize that these princesses aren't actual people when we watch their movies, but the animation is such high quality, it's easy to forget that they're not a totally accurate representation of real life. Disney's Anna has oversized eyes and impossibly smooth skin. Vaitanen's Anna reminds us that if a Disney princess stepped off the screen and into our world, she'd look very odd indeed. Which of these reimagined Disney princesses is your favorite? Do you have any other ideas for different ways they could be reworked? Let us know in the comments and give our video a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching!